Shema Yasharallah, Hayinawa, Yahweh, Akad, Shema Yasharallah, Hayinawa, Yahweh, Akad. First and foremost, I like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kadosh. My respect to you, Akim Nagofim, pushing the work of the Lord in true faith, sincerity, and promote your body's living sacrifice. So today in this lesson, this edification, we're going to be basically going over how, simping, is off according to the scriptures. Being a simp, idolizing women, basically putting women on the pedestal, that's off according to the scriptures, man. And ultimately, man, that's when you ultimately worship a woman and give too much reverence to her, you're ultimately disrespecting the Heavenly Father, man. You're ultimately disrespecting the Heavenly Father in just masculinity in general, man. Because at the end of the day, you have to know that ultimately, man, you are above the woman. The man is above the woman, man. But since, this wicked society, due to Esau's rulership, everything's backwards. So you got women being masculine, you got men being feminine. But ultimately, once you gain this truth and knowledge of how Bashar Shai and the Holy Scriptures, you start to gain your masculinity back. You start to get your aura, your masculine aura back, because at the end of the day, when you build knowledge in this truth, you start to realize, man, that you're supposed to have a high self-esteem about you, man, because ultimately you're the future kings of this earth, man. And you have to ultimately remember that, man. And you have to ultimately remember that the man is above the woman, man. And ultimately, man, you have to understand that the woman was made for the man. When Adam was a man, well, he was the first gender, man. And the only reason why Eve was created was because Adam was lonely, man. So that means that ultimately, the woman was made for the man, and the woman was not made for the man. In this world, it's backwards. People say, oh, the woman is God. They like to say, oh, the black woman is God. No, the fuck she's not, man. No, the fuck she's not. Just because she got a piece of flesh, that feels good, you guys think that, she has to be put on a pedestal. No, man. You guys love and simp these women so much. Love these women so much. Man, these women don't even like themselves, man. These women are insecure. They wear makeup, they have fake hair, fake lashes, fake nails, all these women are just artificial. So you're telling me that you're wasting your time in worshiping a false specimen, a face, basically a damn clown, man. For all that makeup on, you basically worshiping that. You on IG, and social media under her comments, putting heart eyes and stuff. At the end of the day, man, you're supposed to be above the woman. Your mindset is supposed to be above the woman, man. You're not supposed to put a woman on a pedestal, man. Because ultimately, we're gonna go into the etymology of a woman, man, and what a woman is. The true meaning of woman, man. But ultimately, man, let's get into the scriptures. All right, let's go to the book of Exodus, chapter 20. We go to the book of Exodus, chapter 20, and verse 1, starting with the first verse, and it reads, "And God spake all these words, saying," verse 2, "I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage," man. So this is when Moses, in the Exodus, was ultimately receiving the commandments, man, when he went from Mount Sinai, man. So ultimately, this is the first commandment. Verse 3 is the first commandment, man. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Let's read it again. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. That's the first commandment. You're not supposed to have any gods besides Yahweh, man. Yahweh Bashim, that's the only God you should be serving. But when you start to be a simp. When you're simping over these women, you're ultimately idolizing these women, basically, having her as an idol, man. And it's against the scriptures, to have idols, man. That's off, man. You when you are a simp, you start to worship these women and ultimately make a woman your god, man. And that's off, man. That's off. You shouldn't make idolize nothing else but Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, man. You should put anything on a pedestal except Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Because ultimately, when you have that woman is God, the black woman is God mindset, that's off, man. And ultimately, you're breaking the number one commandment. So ultimately, man, you simps will be put to death, man. You simps, putting these women on pedestals, being wanting to be the best she ever had, ass niggas, you guys are gonna be put to death too, because ultimately you're disrespecting God, by being feminine, man. You're supposed to be a masculine man. You should hold yourself high. You should have a high self-esteem about you, man. You're a man. Like, you should be blessed that Yahweh Bashmel Shai made you a man, man. These women can't do nothing, man. They continuing to have this independent, spirit. And that day they're gonna wish that they had a masculine man by their side, man. They're gonna wish that, because ultimately, man, when you being feminine, man, these women are not gonna take you seriously, man. You put it on a pedestal. Women should be coming up to you, man. You shouldn't be coming up to you shouldn't be going up to them and approaching them. There's nothing wrong about that, but ultimately you should have a high self-esteem about yourself. That ultimately, man, these women are supposed to come to you. You're the king, man. Do you ever see a king going up to a queen? No, the queen always goes up to the king. So you gotta remember, man, that you're a king, man. You're a man. You're a man. God, the word God is a masculine term. It's a masculine noun. So ultimately, man, you are supposed to be a king. You're not supposed to let the queen, be ahead of you, man. So ultimately, you guys need to stop idolizing these women, because ultimately you're making them your God, man. All right, now. Yeah, man, and now let's go to the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, and verse 3 to back up my claim. This book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 3, and it reads, "But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God," man. So at the end of the day, man, the head of every man is Christ, man. The head of every man is Yahushua. And the head of the woman is the man. So ultimately, the man is above the woman. You men out there have to remember that you are above the woman, man. So ultimately, you're not supposed to put these women on a pedestal, man. You gotta ultimately remember that you're above the man. The Lord made you first, man. The Lord made you first for a reason, man. These women are here to serve you, man. They're here to serve you at the end of the day, And now let's jump down to verse 8. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 8, and it reads, "For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man." So ultimately, the man is not of the woman, man. So meaning that the woman, the man was not created for the woman, but the woman was created for the man. So that means that ultimately you are above these women, man. In verse 9, "Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man." So at the end of the day, you men are above these women, man. So you're not supposed to be a simp, man. You gotta remember that you're a king. You're above these women. You're not supposed to let any woman, basically, you're not supposed to be starstruck by any woman. Oh, just because, oh, she looks good. Oh, let me treat her like God. Just because she got the best poem of all time. No, man, you're not supposed to, get sniped like that easy, man. You know, you can't let these women deceive you like that, you know. At the end of the day, man, you know, you have to remember that you're above these women. The woman was created for you. You know, you got to remember that, man. And ultimately, now let's go into the etymology of the word woman, man. Let's see what the word woman truly means. All right. All right. So this is the etymology. You know, the word etymology means the true meaning. You know, true definition. All right. Let's go into woman. All right. All right. This is woman. And the etymology of the word woman, an adult female human. Late Old English women, plural women, literally woman, alliteration of with fan, wife and plural with man, woman, female servant, a compound of wife, a human being. So notice how it says, no, notice how it says woman, female servant. So ultimately, the word woman means servant, man. You know, so at the end of the day, the woman was created to serve the man. You know, so at the end of the day, man, you know these women are the word woman means servant, man. So at the end of the day, you know they were predestinated to serve us. So we shouldn't be out here, you know, doing it backwards, man. And we're serving the woman. No, man, they're supposed to serve us, man. You know, so at the end of the day, you gotta remember that ultimately, us men, we're above the women, man. You know, we're on a whole nother level. It's to the point that women cannot serve the Lord without serving their man. To serve the Lord, a woman has to serve her man. You know, so the only way a woman can ultimately show she loves God is by worshiping her man, man. So ultimately that means, man, we're in a whole nother level than these women, man. So with that, Lord, I to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yoshai, Ba'ashim Kakadash, Shalom Akim, stay up.